Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I am going to be explaining how to start your budget journey and how to organize your categories, how to figure out what categories you even need, as well as picking a system that works best for you. These recommendations or tips or whatever you want to call them are from my own personal experience. Obviously, everyone's experiences are different. People have different ways of going about different things. And whatever I say may not apply to you or may not work for you. But these are just general tips I've learned over the course of 3 years of stuffing and budgeting. So I made this little cute colorful template thing that I'm gonna go through and describe, as well as give you little tips. So starting your budget, we're gonna start off with bills. If you don't have bills, that's perfectly fine. You can go ahead and skip this. I started off as an 18-year-old college student, and for the first year of college, I had no bills because I lived with my parents. But when they moved out, I had to grow up real quick and figure out how I was gonna pay my bills, when they were due, how much money I was gonna set aside for that. You need to prioritize what bills are important. For example, rent and utilities, as well as you need to figure out when they're getting paid or when they need to be paid, like the due date, so you can save accordingly to make sure you meet those payments. So right here in bills, I have example would be rent, utilities, insurance, car, phone subscriptions. So right here, I list them in order of importance. So obviously for me, my top priority is rent because I need to pay rent or my mom will literally kick me out of this house. Utilities, I can't just not pay the water bill or they will shut down my water. This may not be your order of importance. For everyone, it's different. However, in my opinion, your rent and utilities should always be the first things that you save up for. And then by listing them in order of importance, as you are deciding how much money needs to go in all of them, let's say you only have enough money for the first 5. Subscriptions is not a big deal. You can always cancel them. You can always start them again once you have sufficient money to fund that category. So like right here, I said it varies person to person. I personally don't have subscriptions. So this is a category I don't stuff and I don't prioritize because I don't have subscriptions. However, you may have Netflix or Hulu or Spotify. So you need to put them in order of importance and make sure you have enough money and are prioritizing categories that you can't just skip 1 month. Subscriptions, you could get by with skipping a month or 2. However, your rent, as soon as you don't pay, you either get charged a fee or you get kicked out. So for tips, I have analyze subscriptions. If you have Netflix or Spotify, see if you and your family could split it or if you can jump on a family plan, or maybe your roommates may have Netflix and you may have Disney Plus. You can continue paying for both and just share accounts, or you can decide, okay, I don't really watch Disney Plus, I'm more of a Netflix chick, so then you can cancel your Disney Plus and help your roommate with half of the Netflix. So that way you guys aren't spending so much. And another tip is live with your parents as long as you can. I know this isn't the case for everyone, but if you can, it's more than ideal. Or even help your parents with a little bit of rent is nothing compared to you living on your own. When I lived with roommates, I paid around $400 and it was 4 of us in one apartment. However, now that I live on my own, me and my brother split the rent, which is around $600. It's a big difference. So I recommend either living with your parents as long as you can or living with roommates. Another tip is short showers, unplug your devices. So water, being conscious of when you're washing dishes, how long you take in the shower, etc., etc. If you're conscious and mindful of how you're utilizing your water, it can actually reduce your bill a lot. Unplug any devices. When you have your devices plugged in, it's still like the circuit is still delivering energy through it. So whether the light is on or not, power is running through. So if you do not have solar panels and you want to try to cut down your light bill or your electricity bill, unplugging things that are not in use is a great way to start. Hand wash and short cycles. I've noticed that a lot of my clothes can be hand washed If you're not that type of person, that's fine, I understand. Just make sure you're watching how long you put your dish or your dishwasher, your washing machine cycles. Put it on short cycles and use cold water. Hot water actually takes more energy and it in the end costs more. I for the most part hand wash my clothes, and it's not bad, it's just something you have to dedicate a little bit of time to. So those are some tips. Again, these may not all apply to you, but yeah, those are some of my tips I've accumulated over the years. Now on to necessities. So right here, I started off with food. Try to bulk shop. Bulk shop at Costco, Sam's, Winco. When you shop in bulk, it's actually cheaper in the long run. I'm sure a lot of you have heard this, like bulk purchasing rice, beans, just bigger grains that can be stored long term is a perfect example of things to buy in bulk. Also, meal prep. Knowing what you are going to be cooking for that week can reduce food waste in general, as well as save you money. Because let's say you buy like 6 tomatoes and that week you didn't even need tomatoes for any of the recipes. You just wasted those tomatoes. They could spoil fast, they're not as good. Just being, again, mindful. Most of this is just being mindful and conscious of what you're spending on. Cheap hearty foods, like I mentioned, beans and rice and potatoes go a long way. It's nourishing, it's filling. Those are great to add alongside your protein to keep you full longer and just cheaper. Beans and rice, you can be making those every day. There's so many different ways to make meals with these ingredients that it won't get boring. Be conscious of what you eat and at what volumes. So for example, in my household, with me and my brother personally, we eat mayo. Mayo is an example that I have right here. We eat mayonnaise, but we don't eat it like that. You know, we're not eating mayonnaise on a daily basis. So if you could make your own mayo, it could save you a lot of money, as well as just making sure you're eating the right portions. If you are eating bigger portions, obviously you're going to be needing to make more food and spending more money. So just watching your portions and your calories and just nourishing yourself in good portions can help you save a lot of time and money. So some tips, couponing. Couponing literally is the best thing ever. Y'all should look into that if you haven't. There's a lot of girls on Instagram and TikTok that post their couponing journeys and where they get their coupons, and it really helps a lot with food. And just looking at the like weekly ads of different stores, they usually have like specials on certain foods or certain produce. Price comparison. Take time to look around. There's just different stores with different price points. Obviously, if you go to like Trader Joe's, that's going to be more expensive than Walmart. You just need to be conscious of the different stores you go to, because there's some stores that obviously upprice their foods. So read labels. Example, Tide and these are 2 types of laundry detergents. So these are some prices that I looked up on the Costco website. Tide, this specific Tide bottle had enough liquid, I guess, in it for 107 loads at the price of $21.24. Now this other brand is like environmentally friendly. I don't even know, but it smells like lavender. It smells really good. And it has enough for 120 loads, and it's only $12 a gallon or a bottle or whatever. So this one is cheaper and provides more loads, and it's more eco-friendly. It smells bomb. So just reading labels can help you determine if the price point is even worth it, because there's times where things are up priced and they provide the same function as another brand that's cheaper. So just reading the labels has really helped me a lot. So I would always buy Tide because that's just what my mom always purchased, until one day I was just like, you know, I'm minding my business at Costco, and then I saw this brand, and the packaging, first of all, so aesthetically pleasing, so it drew my attention right away. And I put them right next to each other and I compared them, and I was like, why am I paying $10 more for something that does the same thing and has less loads than the other one? So it can be with anything. It can be with laundry detergent. It could be with cheese, soda, whatever you want it to be. Just read your labels. Lastly, I have hygiene and toiletries. So deodorant and toothpaste. dude, literally there are so many coupons for deodorant and toothpaste and razors, just personal hygiene things. If you get into couponing, it would literally help you so much. And shampoos as well. Couponing is where it's at, guys. As well as down here, I have menstrual products. So just recently, I tried a Diva cup or a K cup, whatever they're called. And I personally didn't like it, but I think I did it wrong. But anyways, buying a cup and trying it out could be cheaper. Well, is cheaper in the long run because it's just one cup, which you boil and you reuse and reuse and reuse. I don't even know how long you have until you have to replace it, but I'm sure it lasts a long time. So if you haven't tried the Diva cup, it could be a life-changing revolution for you. Or if you're not a fan of the cups, go ahead and bulk buy pads and tampons. Again, bulk buying is cheaper in the long run, as well as invest in period panties. I was always uncomfortable of the idea of a period panty, but I purchased 2 from, I think they were Victoria's Secret, and honestly, I love them. I have not leaked in like a year. That's crazy. So unfortunately, well, in some cases, a menstrual cycle is not something you can just skip, and it's going to be a part of your life for a long time. Might as well invest in it and figure out cheaper alternatives because it adds up, y'all. It really does add up. So up next, we have long-term saving. I have 3 categories, well, 2 categories. We're going to start off with general savings. General savings can be either just for fun or for an unknown future use. My current general savings is both just for fun and investment. Literally anything. This is unlimited to what you can use it for. Just to have extra money on the side in case anything happens, or just have a savings. Listen to me and have a savings. Emergency savings. Emergency savings can be accidents or family member accidents. God forbid anything happened to your family. But yeah, so for example, my brother slashed my tires on accident. He drove through a pothole and it was a new car. So I had not had any money saved because I was like, nothing's gonna happen to my car. But then that happened, and that totaled out to like $400 to replace both tires because they were completely slashed. Like there was no way we were going to save those tires. But luckily, I had emergency savings where I could pull from to fix those tires. Family members. You may think your life is perfect and nothing can go wrong, but there's always unexpected things that happen, and you want to be as prepared as you can. Also, categorize savings. So you can actually open like 50 savings accounts. Well, I don't know, 50. Wait, I'm being dramatic. You can actually open up. Actually, no, you might be able to. I know in a lot of banks, you can open like an unlimited amount of savings. So if you want to have if you want to have 6 savings accounts, you can. They let you open as many as you want. So you can categorize your savings within your bank. So let's say you open, right here I have 4. Let's say you have 4 savings. You can actually categorize them and name them. And you can have 1 savings for just property, 1 savings for a new car, 1 savings for retirement. Or if you have children, I have some examples of different saving categories you may have for your children. So college funds, savings for your kids, future cars, sweet 16s or 15s. It's never too early to start saving for children because those kids are expensive. Yeah, those are different categorized savings you can have within your bank. And from, like I said, from what I remember at my bank personally, they allow you to open as many savings accounts as you want. Or if you're not that type of person to have all of this, you can just move all of these little categories into one big general savings, and then you just keep a mental note of what each category or what you would like to use this for. So tips: always store money in a high yield savings account. High yield savings accounts, preferably a high yield savings account with a high APY, because that will give you the most interest in your money. That is always a good default thing to do to your money if you're not big on stocks or index funds. just put in a high yield savings account, and the bank will actually invest your money themselves, which is how you're able to obtain interest. But if you are into like index and stocks and you want to learn, you can have your money in a high yield savings account and invest it in index or stocks or Roth accounts, whatever you want to do. But if you're not into all of this complicated stuff, then just go ahead and put it into a high yield savings account, because index funds and stocks is something you do have to research, and you want to be mindful of where and what stocks you're purchasing. So if you don't got time for that, that's fine. Do a high yield savings account. If you do, I really recommend you look into this. Next, I have self-care, beauty. Right here, I have nails, hair, lashes, brows, facials, waxes. Pick up a skill. So cut your own hair, learn how to cut your own hair. Take care of your skin. Buy a wax machine, wax your own armpits, wax your own arms, your legs, your face, whatever. That will save you so much money. So much money. For example, nails. I pay $30 every 2 weeks for my nails. That's $60. If I learned how to do my own nails, it would probably be like $10, $15 a month I would pay to maintain my own nails. I should do it. I just haven't gotten around to it, but that is definitely a skill I want to pick up. So I can do my own nails and just save a lot of money. Hair. I've been cutting my own hair. Okay, it's not good. It's not good, but I've been cutting my own hair for about 2 years now. And every 2 years I go in for a professional to cut it, to like fix all the ugly cuts I've done to my own hair. There's so many YouTube tutorials and TikToks on how to cut your hair. Buying and investing in the correct scissors and just watching YouTube can really help you. That's how I learned to cut my hair. I put in 2 braids and just chop 2 inches off every 3 months. Brows, if you learn how to pluck and shape your brows, that will save you money. Wax. If you're a girl that likes to get your kitty wax or your armpits or your arms, you know that can be expensive. So if you invest in a good waxing machine, literally they have some good ones on Amazon. You could wax your own body and save so much money. Skincare. Take care of your skin. Take care of your skin. Drink lots of water. Drinking lots of water will help you maintain nice skin, hydrated skin, help you feel better. It'll help you stay healthy. It'll help clear up your skin. It's just so many benefits in just drinking water. Clothing. Right here I have Shein, thrifting, and sewing. If you have shopped on Shein, you know how cheap it is. It is very cheap compared to like any other bigger stores, and they have so many dupes on Shein for like expensive brands and stuff, and they are so cute. Like this shirt, look at this. You can't really see it, but it's such a cute shirt, such a cute color. I got it on Shein for $4. So cute. Thrifting. If you haven't been thrifting or you haven't tried it, you should definitely do it. There's so many people that donate a lot of nice clothes, sometimes name brand clothes, that are so pretty. If you just find the right thrift store, there are so many unlimited opportunities and different pieces of clothing that you could buy. Sewing. My mom used to sew dresses for me. She used to sew my Halloween costumes. She would always sew and fix my jeans because I'm 4'11", so jeans never fit me. And she has saved me so much money. Instead of going to someone to tailor your clothes, if you learn how to sew on your own, it'll save you so much money. Just learn. Pick up some skills. But again, back to beauty. Pick up a skill and just make your life easier and save a lot of money. So that's also in my tips. Invest in yourselves in skills and drink a lot of water. Giving. So under giving, I have birthdays, Christmas, tithes, and charity. These categories may not be for you. You may hate everyone and not want to buy anyone birthday gifts, or you may only have 3 people in your family that you need to buy gifts for, and that's fine. I personally have like 5 family members that I have to buy for, immediate family. So just figure out who your friends are, who your family is, who you want to purchase things for, and just really make sure you're accounting for that, because I feel that when you're so invested in like paying your bills, blah, 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 sometimes you forget to either give back through charity or just buy your family something nice, buy your significant other something. So I feel like investing or sorting these categories out can help you be prepared for like birthdays and Christmas, etc. Some tips I have under giving is using fetch rewards and credit cards to get cash back to get gift cards. So if y'all haven't jumped on Fetch, you need to get on it ASAP. I've been using Fetch for about a year, and I think the other day I got a $10 Amazon gift card, which I gifted to my cousin for his birthday because he had a mini birthday party. So like just exchanging your points in Fetch for gift cards are great gifts. Everyone loves gift cards. Everyone. Gift cards are perfect. You give someone a gift card, they can go spend it on whatever they want in that store. Cash back. I have an Amazon credit card. I'm not saying go get a credit card. You should if you don't have any credit. But if you don't want a credit card, that's fine. But a lot of credit cards offer cash back. For example, my Amazon credit card offers me 5% cash back on any Amazon purchases. So what I've been doing is I've been purchasing my lash supplies through Amazon, and any cash back I get, I apply it to Christmas gifts or to birthday gifts. And yeah, it's just a great way to use that cash for other things. Also making homemade gifts. So personally, let me show you guys my cute plant. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. So I've made so many babies out of my bigger mother plants, and I've gifted them out as like Christmas gifts and birthday gifts, and people love plants. Well, my friends love plants. So that is another cheap way to like propagate your plants and give them out as gifts. Or again, if you pick up sewing, you can make someone a cute shirt, or you can make like a cute blanket for them, just something homemade to reduce costs but still be able to give back to the people you love and to show them your appreciation for them, but in a cheaper way. So those are all categories I feel when starting your budget you should really look into, and some tips that can help you prep for those categories, or again, reduce costs, in turn saving you money. And yeah, now we're gonna move on to different methods. So I know y'all, if you are into the budget life, if you've been around for a while, or if you're just starting, you've seen different, I guess, types or different ways of budgeting. There is the envelopes, there is the binders, and there's the electronic versions. So I have tried all three at one point. I've made a list of pros and cons for each different way of budgeting. So we're going to start off with envelopes. In envelopes, this is the first method I tried when I was 18. So, pros. These envelopes can fit in your wallets. Let me show you guys an example of some. Actually, this is just one example. These envelopes, I got them on Amazon, like I mentioned, and they came with these little, like, what are these called? Stickers, where you can label your different categories. And these, let me show you, were perfect because I could fit them in my wallet. That's the first one, fit in your wallet. So let's say I was going on a trip and I stuffed all my trip money in here. I could easily slip this in to my wallet and just have it already sectioned. Have it already sectioned in there, ready to go. If I had to go to the store, I would get my spending one and I would just slip it into my wallet. So that was a big plus. They would be able to like fit in my wallet. Can y'all see? I don't even know if I'm in frame. But yeah, that's a pro. They fit in your wallet. So that means no inserts needed. This is an example of an insert. So this is an insert and this is just the regular envelopes. So no inserts needed. They fit in your wallet and it comes with cute little tabs and labels. So that's a pro. I really enjoyed that they fit directly into my wallet and I didn't have to use inserts. Now to the cons is that they were really messy. So unfortunately, when I purchased them, they didn't come like in a bag. And I guess I could have put them in a bag because there's 12 of these. I don't know where the other ones are, but there was 12 and they were all kind of just like loose. They were just like there. And I didn't like the fact that they weren't contained and in one, like just contained. So yeah, to me, they were kind of messy, I guess you could say, because they were just like always laying around. I guess you could get like a binder clip and clip them together, but I don't know. At that time, I wasn't thinking of that. And then the lamination splits or rips. Out of the 12, I think like 2 of them actually split right here. If you can see, like there's a little seam. A lot of them ripped because it's just like, what is this called? Laminated paper? I don't know. It's like a little plastic thing. So a few of them split right here, and that was kind of annoying, but I mean, it happens. I got them on Amazon for like 10 bucks. But yeah, these are good if you're starting out or if you only have a little bit of categories. If you have 3 categories, there's no point in you buying a big old binder to put 3 little envelopes in. So yeah, if you're just starting out and you only have a little bit of categories, this is, I guess, convenient. So yeah, that's envelopes. Now onto binders, which is the current system I use now. Pros. They have cute sticker fonts. Let me bring you my binder. So for the binders, you can get cute sticker font labels. So these are stickers. They're individual letter stickers from Walmart that I just purchased in like a big old sheet of stickers, and I just stuck them on individually. So I think it's cool that you can get different letter stickers and customize it. Like there's some gold ones, there's glitter ones, there's rhinestone ones. You can do so much with these, and you can just take them off. Like, I'm not going to do that, but you can literally take them off and then change up your color or whatever you want to do. So I really enjoy that you can like customize them, make your own stickers, remove them, make new ones. You can make new ones for the season, make new ones for the holiday, whatever you want to do. Organize categories. Just kidding, let me bring it back. So remember how I mentioned these were like messy and kind of everywhere and they weren't contained? These are actually contained because they have like the little, this thing, the spine that has them all together in one section. So that way you just close it up and it's all contained, as well as you can separate them into different binders. Some cons. Cons are that they are bulky. They do not fit in your wallet. Imagine like you needing to go to the store and then having to take this whole binder with you, and then your wallet, and then your purse. Like it's just so bulky that you need inserts. And that's what these inserts are for. So let's say I want to go eat food. I don't want to take this whole binder with me. So what I'll do is I'll take out the money from food. I'll put it in this little insert. And then this insert will go into my wallet. And then there, I'm good. I dip, go eat, have some food with some friends. Which is an extra step. It is an extra step. But again, I'd rather do the extra step than take the whole binder with me. But yeah, that's a con, that they're bulky and they don't fit in your wallet and you need inserts. And then this personally has not happened to me, but I've seen it happen to other YouTubers where the envelope zipper actually pops off. This little white zipper, it's plastic, it can pop off. As long as you're careful, it shouldn't pop off. And if it does, these are cheap, you can just replace them. And again, you can replace them and then put new stickers or whatever. So yeah, those are the only cons. But you know, you pick your poison. Everything is gonna have a con. Electronically. So this was the second method I had tried. I got tired of the envelopes and then I saw people doing it all electronic. And here are my list of pros and cons. So pros, you don't deal with physical cash. It sometimes is a hassle when you have to go to the bank and withdraw a certain amount of money. So if you're not into all of that and you don't got time for that, electronically categorizing everything may be the way for you. If you don't mind going to the bank and having a bank slip and blah, 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 then okay, go for it. However, I know a lot of my friends don't like doing that, and I've convinced them to go the electronic route because they're not all about the binders and stuff. So yeah, you don't deal with physical cash and everything is at your fingertips. If you want to check how much you spent, you can pull it up on your phone. You can see how much you have in your savings for property or in your savings for emergency. So it's all at your fingertips, easily accessible. You can open as many saving accounts as you want. Like I mentioned earlier, most banks, and from what I know, all banks allow you to open either unlimited amount of savings or they have a limit, but the limit's usually like 10 or something like that. So if you don't want to do like all of these categories in a binder, you can get each category and have it into a savings account. So you would have one for fun, you'd have one for food, one for toiletries. And then as you spend it, through your checkings account, you can transfer the money from your self-care savings into your checkings to pay yourself back. There's many ways you can do it, but yeah, all at your fingertips and not dealing with physical cash. Now, as far as the cons that I noticed when I was doing this method is you need to have real good self-discipline. Thankfully, I am very self-disciplined. I had no problem with self-discipline, but there were times where I was just like, oh, like spending $30 on this isn't that big of a deal, or going out to eat with my friends today isn't that big of a deal. And yeah, it's not. But when you keep doing it over and over, that's when it becomes a problem, and then you end up spending so much more than you anticipated, and it can just get out of control so quickly. So you need to make sure you have a lot of self-discipline. Statements can get messy or lost. Like I mentioned, it can get out of control, or you're making so many transactions in a day or in a week or in a month. When you're trying to look at your statements to basically track everything you've done, it can get so messy and so overwhelming. That leads me to the next point. It can be so overwhelming trying to look at your statement and narrow down what categories you spent and where you need to pay yourself back. It just gets like very, very overwhelming. But yeah, those are just what I went through. Once you've figured out all of your categories and how you're gonna start your budget, you then need to move on to picking what method is going to work best for you. In my opinion, if you're barely starting out and want to do the physical cash thing, I feel envelopes is a good way to start. Once you open more categories, then you can move on to binders, because binders, I feel, is a little more like it's a little more, you have to do a lot more compared to envelopes. But if you're not into all of that physical cash stuff and you are disciplined, go ahead and go with the electronic version, or try all three of them. I've tried all three, and that's the only way I was able to figure out what works best for me. Binders are what works best for me. You can do a hybrid of binders and electronic, which is kind of what I do now. For the most part, everything is in binders, but once it gets too packed or too much money is in my binders, I put it all into bank accounts and have it electronic, because again, you don't want to have thousands of dollars in your home. That's just unsafe. Play around and figure out what works best for you. So yeah, I hope these tips helped you. Again, this isn't something that's going to work best for everyone. You have to play around with it, figure it out. If you need any help, you can always leave a comment and ask me. And there are other YouTubers who have done budget breakdowns or starting your own budget. So you can get some tips from me and some tips from another YouTuber and just combine them and figure out what works best for you. So yeah, thanks for joining me. Leave any questions in the comments down below, and I will be happy to answer your questions and help guide you to start this journey, because I really do believe this is something that helps you save and invest, and it's just a win-win in my opinion. So if you need any help or any questions, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Thank you.